il fallait créer la nouveauté, créer un électrochoc. Alors j'aime pas trop ce mot électrochoc parce qu'on l'emploie un petit peu aujourd'hui à toutes les sauces sportives. Mais je pense qu'il fallait rectifier le tir, il fallait amener quelque chose de nouveau, amener un souffle nouveau, amener une ambition nouvelle, amener des compétences nouvelles. Il fallait amener quelque chose à ce groupe qui se cherche aujourd'hui, qui a perdu un petit peu sa ligne de conduite. Et je me félicite, donc je vais y venir quand même, je me félicite donc ce soir d'avoir pu justement finaliser cet accord avec Steve McNamara. Une notoriété, donc bien sûr, irréprochable, énorme notoriété en Angleterre, aussi bien auprès des médias que des entraîneurs, que des arbitres. Beaucoup de respect autour de lui. J'ai pensé que c'était certainement l'homme de la situation pour relever le défi. Défi qui ne sera pas facile à relever cette saison, mais il reste encore de l'espoir pour cette saison. Nous avons voulu signer 3 ans avec Steve. Pourquoi? Parce que nous allons lui donner pendant 3 ans les clés de la maison. C'est-à-dire que nous allons lui donner toutes les possibilités. Et nous allons lui donner toutes nos cartes. Et il va prendre en charge, bien sûr, toute la réorganisation du sportif. Et il aura en charge, bien sûr, et autorité sur tout le sportif, sur le club. J'attends de lui que dans les semaines à venir, bien sûr, quand il aura pris position un petit peu de position de l'équipe première des Dragons, bien entendu, en premier lieu, mais j'espère qu'il pourra rapidement, dans les 3, 4, 5 semaines, dans les mois qui suivent, auditer un petit peu ce club, faire un petit peu le point, et je lui ai demandé surtout de la transparence la plus totale, de l'honnêteté la plus totale, et je compte qu'avec lui, et bien entendu sa grande expérience, puisqu'après, bien sûr, l'Angleterre, il est passé par les Sydney Roosters, où il a été l'adjoint de Trent Robinson, que vous connaissez bien, qui a laissé quand même un grand souvenir ici à Gilbert Bottus et à Perpignan. Il a travaillé ensuite avec les Auckland Warriors, et quand on travaille avec des Kearney, avec McFadden, Capi qu'on appelait, qui était chez nous ici il y a quelques années, il a bossé avec Stacey Jones, puisqu'il m'a transmis les amitiés de Stacey Jones tout à l'heure. Donc je pense que l'expérience qu'il a acquise depuis maintenant quelques années doit nous être très prolifique.
I just want to thank Bernard and Christophe for their hard work and getting me across here. It was a tough decision leaving the New Zealand Warriors and the position with the New Zealand Test team as well. But when a team like the Catalans Dragons called, they're a genuine marquee club. Genuine marquee club, and I say that based on the fact that I know lots of people in the Southern Hemisphere would dearly love to play for this club. So when a club like that comes calling, it was for me, the timing was not great in terms of halfway through the season for the Warriors, but great in terms of the opportunity for me to come back, be a head coach at this club. And with my previous experiences with the England team, the Sydney Roosters, the Warriors and the New Zealand Test team, I feel I'm in a great position to help take not only the team forward, but the whole club forward right now. Yes, I have, yeah. I mean, the deal happened pretty quickly last week. So I've had some brief conversations on the phone with both the assistant coaches and then met them briefly. I only landed late this afternoon at Barcelona, so I've come straight across and had a brief conversation with them again. And again, we'll do early in the morning, meet all the staff as a group first thing in the morning. We've only got a couple of days preparation left before our next game, and we want to try and get that as perfect as we can. When a team changes its coach, it's generally not because it's in a great position. It generally changes its coach because there's some things there that need to improve at the club, and there's quite clearly some things that we need to improve. And but the group of players that are here have got a lot of potential in them. They've got a lot of improvement in them. We need to get some of that as quickly as we possibly can. And like I said earlier on, this is one big club. This is one hell of a big club in worldwide rugby league. It's well known, and we want to make sure this club fulfills its potential. Yeah, I wouldn't say emergency. I'd say urgency rather than emergency. I think it's obviously. The team is struggling a little bit in confidence, or a lot in confidence. Generally happens when there's disruption. That you can become quite easily disconnected. So the players just need to relax a little bit. They need to clear their minds of some of the external pressures that may be being put on them. That's my job as the head coach. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to take that weight off them. I want them to think clearly. I want them to have clarity in terms of what we want them to do at the weekend. And if they do that and they have clear minds, they're a chance of performing very well this weekend. So that's number one. We've got to get those players understanding, thinking clearly, not having too much cloud in their judgments and their minds. This deal only got announced, I've lost track of days, but Tuesday, yesterday, Monday, in New Zealand. But that was only announced, had to be delayed because of things at the New Zealand end. So I've had some conversations during the back end of last week with not only Jerome and Michael, but Rodney Howe as well. They had a performance, so we made some slight changes to the week. I think the big thing with England was again, when I took over that programme, it wasn't just about improving the team. The team obviously had to improve its performances on the field, but it was the overall England programme. It was what we were providing, our overall setup, from our youngest player at the club to our youngest player in the international setup at 16 to the oldest player maybe retiring at 33, 34. And we quite clearly were not, at the point I took over, providing them with the very best performance environment. We weren't providing them with the best facility to be able to perform to their best. So we tried to take the England programme in and around that direction. We took the players along with us. It'll be the same process here. I'll judge all that. I'm not going to prejudge people before I walk into the building. We all do our research. We all look at the position that we're going to go into, or we feel that we're going to go into. But I won't prejudge that. I will say when there is a lack of clarity at times. So if you have a lack of clarity in your job, you're not sure what your job is supposed to be, you can look like you're not trying because you're not quite sure what you're supposed to do. So I think for me the important thing is to get some real clarity within this group. Make sure we understand what your job is, what your role is, what you're supposed to do. And if you do that and you get 17 players doing that, you quite quickly can see a team what looks disconnected, look like a fluent machine. Well, I'm really honoured to be the head coach of Catalans. We represent the Catalan region. We represent the whole of France. We're playing an English-based competition, but we represent France, and I've got the opportunity to come in as an Englishman and represent France. Some other players from other nationalities who have come in have got the chance to represent France and the Catalan region as well. And we're all fully aware. I've visited this place in the past. I've played against this team in the past. I'm fully aware of how tough, resilient and passionate the people are in and around this area. I wish I'd have concentrated more at school. That's first one.
Il aurait aimé être un peu plus concentré quand il était à l'école.
But yeah, start this week. Straight into it this week. I got gifted a book and I was reading a book coming across. I've got a few words, but now I'll throw myself completely into that as soon as possible. And I think Channy's got it organised for me on Thursday. So yeah. No, not yet. No, I haven't spoken to Lauren yet. I will do. I will do. He's a good man. He's served this club tremendously well, both as a player and assistant coach and as a head coach. He's a founder member. I think he was here when the club started. So got a lot of time for him. It's an extremely tough job being a head coach. And hopefully Lauren will take a break from the game and come back fresh and ready to go again at some point. I think as you get older, I think as you have more experiences, your philosophies do adapt, you do change, you do improve. I think there's no two ways about it. You never stop doing that. The NRL has opened my eyes to a completely different level of rugby league, as did the international game as well. So those different types of experiences just add on to the previous experiences that I've had as a Super League coach, and I'm looking forward to bringing all of those to this club and opening up everything there and giving everything we've got in each and every one of those areas. So yeah, the NRL is a completely different beast. I'm not saying it's better or worse than the Super League. It's just different, completely different, and so you get to see things in a completely different perspective. The Super League, it's changed dramatically. I think it's changed. I think this season's competition shows you exactly that. Look at some of the teams that are in the top four and some of the teams that are outside the top four, the top eight right now, and you can see that the game has changed. And That's good to see, because it was for a long period of time a 3-stroke 4-horse race in terms of who was going to win Super League, and now it's got everyone guessing. So that can only be good for the competition. Other than that, but I've always had good relationships with the referees. Not that I've not had some pretty big incidents myself and been involved in some of those incidents and so on. But no, you have to take things like that out of the equation. It's not. It's something you can't control, so you spend all your time worrying about what the situation is with the referee. You're not concentrating on what you should be doing. And again, it's clearing some of that junk from us in terms of, if we get our part of the bargain right, those things generally fall into place for yourselves. So it won't be an area of focus for me in terms of talking too much about that, but what will be an area of focus for me is our discipline in general. No, not at all. I had a very enjoyable time. Obviously starting my career off there at Bradford Bulls, which was in a really tough situation at that time in terms of where the club was situated and where it was sort of heading financially. The England programme was extremely proud of where we took it from at the beginning to where it finished off, and then to go across to the NRL and be involved in 2 great clubs and a Southern Hemisphere team. Yeah, none whatsoever. I'm just like I said, delighted to be head coach and to be head coach of this club in particular. Well, we're obviously outside the Super 8 right now. We're obviously behind there in terms of chasing the other teams. So we've got some games to win. As simple as that. And I'm confident that the group can do that and put ourselves in a strong position to do that. So yeah, it's like I said earlier on. Generally you don't change your coaches when you're going well and you're sat in the top 8 and things are going well. So we know we've got some work to do, but we'll set about doing that from tomorrow. Tony, yeah. Tony's a good friend. He's obviously had a great career as a coach, and his team's probably not where he wants them to be right now also. So good, big game for both teams. It's quite clear that you look at the teams in the position on the ladder, and it's important for both teams to perform well and try and get the 2 points in that game.